good morning. Hello? Hello? I don't know if anybody's out there or not. I'm talking to myself. Take your meds, drink your water, make some coffee with me. We need to talk about Sister Wives last night because I watched it. Last night, Big Guy and I went to bed early. And by 3, I'm awake. So, I start trying to see if tick-tock, 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 the clock is fixed. It's not. Hence the reason I'm probably talking to myself. Anyway, just watched the freaking show. So I watched the show. So let's do a recap. And you know what? We might as well make it long because why not? Ain't nobody watching anyway. Because when I post this, it just sits on my page and says 0 views. That's why it's not you. It's not me either. It's the big powers that be. And David, because I know in the past y'all have said that I've been critical of them. I'm not sure you're standing up. Do you have your bearings yet? I know we haven't had coffee. Anyway, I actually really appreciated Christine and David last night, especially in light of watching History in 60s video about them and their boundaries. And I was like, you know what? Okay. I can appreciate some of what they're saying. Okay. Having said that, I found it very interesting that when Christine was watching Mary's reaction to Cody's apology, if we had done a drinking game last night where we took a shot every time we heard the word apology, we all would have been snockered. Real fast, I'm saying. Found it interesting that Christine, when asked by Suki what she thought about Mary's response to Cody's apology, she said, oh, I thought it was awesome. She was so team Mary, so team go. She was thrilled to death that Mary did what she did. But then when asked with the same question of, could you ever see yourself talking to Cody like that? Christine was like, oh. Her why, interestingly, went from to laughing Christine, and she said, I just don't take him that seriously. And I think I'd like to call bullshit on that. Because to me, I find it more like those are a lot of the things that Christine would like to say to Cody, but Christine hasn't done the work yet to be in the place to say the things to Cody. She doesn't have the spine yet to look at him and say, sit down, shut up, and listen to what I have to say. Where Mary does, because Mary's done some work. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it came across to me. Now, David goes on to get very upset about Cody saying that he doesn't understand polygamy. And I gotta say, it pains me to say it. I agree with Cody on this one. I hate, and it was interesting, Cody actually brought this up. I hate when people who don't have children try to tell people who have children how to parent their child. If you're not a parent, sit down and shut up. If you've never had a teenager, you're at home with your 1-year-old, you don't get to tell the mom of a 13 and a 15-year-old, well, you're doing it wrong. I mean, it's just a bad idea. It's not going to go over well. Walking in someone's shoes is very different than watching someone walk in those same shoes. David has been around polygamy longer than Cody was in it. History said that the other day, and I'll give her that. But David has never been married to more than one woman at one time and tried to navigate that. And I will give that to Cody. David can say all he wants to about his observations, and they might be accurate. But you haven't walked in the shoes. So I have to give Cody a little bit of credit on that one. Sorry. Robin last night, complete wash. She's lied so many times, I don't think she can remember what she's lied about. She was confronted last night with so many things that were said. I feel like this one piece of hair is my hair. We're not sure what's going on with this. Robin didn't even know what to say last night, and she looked like the guy from the Muppets all night last night. You know, is it Beaker? Yeah. That was her entire face all night long last night. The Teflon Queen. Oh, Janelle. So, some of what... Boy, that coffee smells good. Janelle is like looking at a beautiful lake. You're like, well, it's nice and calm, serene, peaceful. Yeah. But if you walk too far out into the lake, it gets a little slimy at the bottom sometimes. That was my feeling on Janelle last night. So they talked about the fact that she was first Mary's sister-in-law, and then she openly, I just was a little shocked at how she was like, oh, they didn't ask me to come in the family. I asked. I just asked him. He had a good set of genes, and I asked to join the family. Okay. And then you're surprised that maybe there was some bickering? I don't know. That was weird to me. I just found Janelle last night to be very nonchalant about everything. And sometimes people that are gray, that's interesting, get on my nerve. I can handle you better if you have a very strong opinion and you stand by that opinion, and I think it's complete foolishness. At least you have a spine and you're standing for what you stand for. But people who are just like, and I can be that way sometimes, but dude, form an opinion. Choose a side already, Janelle. She just can't be bothered. Last night's recap, my coffee is done. And again, it was nice talking to myself because TikTok be TikToking.